Wake up, Washington Commanders Nation. It is the first of the month. Washington is back to work with off-season training workouts, rookie mini camp, and other off-season dates coming up. And NFL released their post-draft power rankings to start, and Washington's in the top 10 of those power rankings, top 6 to be specific. Let's talk about it. What it do, Washington Commanders Nation? It is May the 1st. You know, it's going to be May if you're a millennial, but we have now moved on to May, where off-season training activities, OTAs, and rookie minicamp are coming up. And Eric Edholm of NFL.com released his first post-draft power rankings for the NFL right now. And currently, as we sit, our Washington Commanders are opening up the 2025 season as number 6 on the NFL power rankings. My Lord, we used to pray for times like this. We used to pray for times like this. You know how used to being 25th, 27th, 30th, 19th. We peaked at like 17th in the power rankings for quite some time because there was a period where we couldn't even ass it up enough to be a bad enough team to pick top 3. We would sit in purgatory. I say this all the time. I'm going to continue to say this. The worst place in sports to be is in the middle. You need to be bad or you need to be good. Good teams are rewarded with tickets to the dance. Bad teams are rewarded with premium picks. Top of the draft, you get the upper echelon of talent in the cream of the crop of the draft class each year. But Washington stayed at a non-healthy medium for quite some time. His explanation and his blurb on the Commander sitting at number 6 is, per Eric Edholm, I'll understand if you want to complain about the lack of an edge rusher in this year's class. But that seemed to be the way the picks went. I really like what the Commanders' overall approach was. And let's not forget how few resources they entered the weekend with. 2 of their draft picks were spent to land Laramie Tunsil and Deebo Samuel. Actually, 3 if you want to consider Marshawn Lattimore, because we used a 3rd rounder this year on him as well. So 3 were used on acquisition. People outside of the fan base and outside of the realm of the DMV don't understand the context of it, but I'm going to let you cook, Eric. So if your draft grades aren't folding in that value, please gently swat their wrist for me. Josh Connolly Jr. was just okay value for me in round 1, but Trey Amos was a strong value in the 2nd, so that more than evened out the returns on those first 2 picks. Washington now has the next 3 months to figure out if there are ways of procuring more pass rush talent. The Commanders are set up very well for the future, even if last year's Texans serve as a reminder that progress isn't always linear. And I'm glad he said that last sentence, because I am getting fed up. I am getting so fed up with the juxtaposition of CJ Stroud, Jayden Daniels, and the 2024 Houston Texans. Y'all are telling me that CJ Stroud went on this clear-cut, effervescent sophomore slump, and his team still won 10 games, still won a playoff game, and were still within 1 possession of the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round in Arrowhead Stadium this year. CJ Stroud's whole wide receiver room was in the emergency room for the majority of the season. Stephon Diggs, gone, torn ACL. Tank Dell could be career-ending type because that's back-to-back catastrophic lower extremity injuries. Another graphic, you should never show the replay type injury on it. And Nico Collins missed time. And his O-line stunk. And they got too many penalties. And he was back there fighting for his motherfucking life. And he still won consecutive playoff games. I think we get so wrapped up with guys like Brady and Mahomes that we do not put respect on quarterbacks winning playoff games. Lamar Jackson has not been to a Super Bowl yet, but has 2 MVPs. Josh Allen has an MVP, hasn't been to a Super Bowl yet. Nobody can get past the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC. CJ Stroud and them boys with A not 100% roster went up to Arrowhead, and despite a couple of missed calls, they were in it. They were in it versus Kansas City. That's a sophomore slump. Just under 4,000 passing yards and 20 passing touchdowns. The numbers took a bit of a dip, but whose numbers aren't taking a dip when the offensive line stinks and there's no weapons to throw the ball to? It was C.J. Stroud and Joe Mixon in that amazing defense versus the world last year. That's not a sophomore slump. And I'm here to tell you, let me make it very clear when I say this, Jayden Daniels is better than C.J. Stroud. Jayden Daniels has X-factor abilities, extend the play, improv, and speed that C.J. Stroud could not believe in. He is as good a passer as C.J. Stroud, and he has the X-factor that he could change a game with his leg. Just the threat of Jayden's legs puts defenses on their heels. I just watched my quarterback carry a team with probably the 22nd or 23rd best roster to the NFC Championship last year, to a 45-31 victory over the number 1 seed heralded Detroit Lions last year, over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that even the Eagles can't seem to find an answer for, a team that dogged us in week 1 of last season. Jayden Daniels is the best rookie of all time, the best rookie quarterback of all time. It's not close. We've never seen maturity like this. You can keep wishing all of these sophomore slumps, Madden curses, any of the above. This guy's built different. The natural retort, the league got tape on him. The league got tape on him. I'm here to tell all of you, Jayden got tape on all you bitches. Jayden got tape on every single one of your defenses. They're downloaded. They're ready to go in his VR set because this is a player that over-prepares. This is not an underprepared player. This is not a player that is resting on his morals, that is resting on his rookie of the year. Did you see the pain in his eyes after we got belt put to our ass in the NFC Championship? He was not just happy to be there. He was not just satisfied to say, I was a rookie and we were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. He wants to feel it, and he never wants to feel that feeling of 55-23 that he felt in the NFC Championship ever again. This guy wants MVPs. This guy wants Super Bowl rings, and he's going to stop at nothing to get it. He is a relentless worker and an over-preparer. Him and Cliff Kingsbury are racing to the office to see who can get there first, 4:30 a.m. every day. Ain't no sophomore slump coming. Ain't no curse coming. All of those supernatural things that fans used to believe in here. Dan Snyder don't own this team no more, and this quarterback ain't like nothing this team has ever seen. So prepare for a run of this guy keeping us in it every year because the roster, the ecosystem around him is built to keep ascending. And this team will go as long as Jayden's needle keeps pointing up. And we know Jayden Daniels' needle is going to continue pointing up. But let's get into some of this. Let's see how they closed the top 10 and how they started the top 10. So they got us ranked over the Buccaneers. I'm here for it. You know, they are wide receiver hungry over there. They now have Chris Godwin with a bunch of money, Mike Evans, Jalen McMillan went crazy as a rookie. Now Emeka Ibuka. They got a full wide receiver room. They added Benjamin Morris and Jacob Parrish to their cornerback room. The Rams, I think the Rams should be higher. I think the Rams should be right behind us in over Tampa Bay. They added Devontae Adams this offseason. Matt Stafford's getting old, but he's still that fucking guy. I think Matt Stafford is the number 2 quarterback in the conference after my quarterback, Jayden Daniels. The Packers at 9 and the Vikings at 10. The Vikings are a scary 10 pick despite the fact that they went 14-3 last year because we got to see what J.J. McCarthy looks like in the NFL. We know Kevin O'Connell, the QB whisperer, made Sam Darnold, the Jag, look like a guy last year. They won 14 games with him. He was an MVP candidate type player. I don't know if we're going to see that same success out of him in Seattle, but the Vikings do have the talent. They got Donovan Jackson in the first round. I'm interested to see what JJ looks like because I think we drafted our quarterback in the year of the quarterback. I think every quarterback drafted in that first round has a chance to absolutely thrive. The Lions come before the Commanders at number 5. I know most people are going to say, Rio, why are the Lions coming before us on the power ranking? And we did dog them, but the Lions are already ready-made. They're in what, year 5 of the build? We're in year 2 of it. While we're a lot further along than most teams you see on a rebuild, retool, recalibration, whatever you want to call it, the Lions are already there. Despite losing Ben Johnson and the defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, they add more talent to an already ridiculously talented and loaded roster. They're going to get Aiden Hutchinson back. They're going to get all the players that were on that list that they were boo-hooing about after. If we were fully healthy, I don't want to hear about that if we were fully healthy shit, because y'all spent the week telling me that my team was a make-a-wish team. We got a rookie quarterback. You're going to knock him out the game. We don't stand a chance versus y'all. It was Coronation Day in Detroit. Y'all were already buying your tickets to host the NFC Championship, and you got humbled. You got belt to ass by a rookie in his mid-ass roster, and you got 45 put on your head top. Bite those kneecaps, Detroit Lions fan base. Buffalo at number 4. They have the MVP of the NFL, AFC Championship. They can't seem to get over Mahomes Mountain, but they're always there. They add Maxwell Hairston, TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson, Caden Prather, and they signed Elijah Moore yesterday. These teams we already know. I don't agree with the Chiefs being number 3. You add a Jalen Royals, Josh Simmons. You add more talent. So you're going to get scorched earth Patrick Mahomes this year after getting fucking destroyed in the Super Bowl. I imagine Patrick Mahomes with a fully healthy, not suspended Rashee Rice and company. I think we're going to get 40 to 45 touchdown Patrick Mahomes this year. Early prediction, I think Patrick Mahomes and Jayden Daniels are going to duel it out for the MVP trophy this year. I think that's going to be your top 2 in MVP voting this year. Moving it up to the top 2 in the NFL draft, the Ravens, the best ran organization in the NFL, the best drafting organization. There was literally no drop-off when Ozzie Newsome handed the keys to that organization to Eric DeCosta. They get Malachi Starks. They get Mike Green, 2 players projected to go in the top 20. They managed to get both of those with their first 2 rounds of pick, and they're willing to look past Mike Green's off the field concerns, if you will. They even got a new kicker in the draft because, nasty boy Justin Tucker has been running amok through the massage parlors of Baltimore like his name was Deshaun Massage Menace Watson. And everybody knows who the cream of the crop, who everybody's got their arrows pointed to going into the 2025 season. The damn Philadelphia Eagles. They had Jahad Campbell, Andrew Makuba, Ty Robinson. They lost some players. They got some players back. This team is primed to contend for the foreseeable future, whether anyone likes it or not. In Washington's favor, when you play the numbers game, nobody has repeated in this division in 21 years. So we got to go back to 2004. Chunky Soup commercial Donovan McNabb was the last time somebody repeated in this division. So I like our chances in the NFC East. I think you're going to see a renewed energy Dallas Cowboys under Dak Prescott and company. They're going to be a lot better than you saw them last year. And they did fight even after they lost him last year. And I think the Giants did get considerably better. That defense is going to be nasty, but you got a coach and a GM that are fighting for their motherfucking lives and their jobs in New York. Meaning at some point this year, to get a lifeline, to get a life raft, a life jacket, a floaty, whatever the hell you want it to be, you got to put Jackson Dart in the football game. You got to show them there's promise in this kid or you're getting fired. Point blank, period. You make that aggressive trade up for a quarterback. You did that for the next regime if he doesn't see the field this year. And with washed Russ and Jameis Winston, you already know Jackson Dart's going to see the field. Shit, Tommy DeVito probably sees the field at some point this year. The New York Giants had a great draft, but that team is still a mess. They don't make me stay up at night at all. I respect Malik Neighbors, though. But those are your power rankings. Philadelphia at 1, the Ravens at 2, the Chiefs at 3, which I don't agree with. 4 is the Buffalo Bills, 5 is Detroit Lions, and 6 is our Washington Commanders. As we get ready for this offseason OTAs portion, some of the dates this offseason changed. My boy Josh got that on the screen right here. Shout out to my boy JTFB. Make sure y'all give him a sub up. Rookie minicamp changed. It was originally the 8th through the 11th. It is now May 9th through 10th. So next Friday through the weekend is next weekend is rookie minicamp. Mandatory minicamp. is June 10th through June 12th. And after mandatory minicamp, it gets radio silent until the end of July. But we get an earlier start, I believe, this season because the Hall of Fame game being on the 31st tells me we're going to be in training camp in the 20s of the July. So once we get to that third week of July, we should be ready to ramp it up. And our OTA workout schedule is May 28th. May 30th, June 3rd, June 4th, and June 6th. This is our off-season workout schedule. And the team dropped a little hype video showing the boys at work. It's nice to see the boys back in town getting at it. Any glimpse you can get of Jayden Daniels anytime, I'm here for it because we love that guy. We love that guy. Every time we see him, it just makes our day better. This guy is good for our mental health and well-being here in the DMV. Let's take a look at this hype video. I'm gonna mute the music in it. I'm gonna mute the music in it because they be catching your boy. You know, we see Jayden and company getting those wind sprints in, running them suicides, a little resistance band, kettle work. Shout out to Frankie Louvu, who was at the Caps game last night. Shout out to the Caps, by the way, just moved on to the second round. Big win. Shout out to my boy Jayden, was in the building, won him some tickets off 106.7 The Fan. So as you can see, the boys are back in town and the boys are working, man. The boys are working. Let's see what else is going on in the Commander's social media sphere right now. Nice little hype video of the team, man. I'm just excited to see the boys get back, man. We're getting closer and closer by the day. Don't you fret. The offseason is almost completed. We're going to do offseason grades and all that shit coming up sometime soon. Frankie Louvu out here shotgunning beers at the Caps game. It's always good vibes when football players pull up in the hockey gear, especially during playoff time. Look at Louvu, man. Look at this guy. Life of the party guy right here. Look at this guy. You know that boy loved to drink. You remember his comments earlier this season, but that's pretty much what I got for you right now, man. I'm just here to talk about the power rankings, to start the month off right. Make sure y'all get y'all month going, get up, active, and enjoy some of this good weather. We're going to talk Washington free agent options at this point. Guys like Justin Simmons, Von Miller per Chad Forbes that we might be interested in, Zadarius Smith and company. And we're going to start making some schedule observations and predictions before the May 14th schedule release. That is all I got for right now. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers on this channel before week 1 of the NFL season. We got a couple months before September. That should be an easy feat considering that's about 1,700 more subscribers to go. Thank you all for watching and for making this channel what it is. Talk soon. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio, out.